glasses off so I can hear myself. That's how it works.
That's me driving, except I actually do need my glasses to see, contrary to my belief.
Hello, one and all, and welcome to... I think I clipped the mic there. Welcome to What Were We Talking About Again, the only podcast on the internet to be hosted entirely by aardvarks. I'm your host, Jake, and with me here is longtime veteran co-host, Kira.
Hey everyone, it's Kira.
Alright, so let me get a few things out of the way. First of all, I know it's been a couple months since I did one of these. College got hard. I also did a little bit of streaming too. And you know, as great as college is, and you meet a bunch of people who you think, hey, this person would be a great co-host to have on the show. They're smart and funny. And then your schedules just don't sync up, ever. Nobody ever has any time to do anything. I've also been working on getting, those celebrity guests that you guys have been craving. I have some of those coming very soon. In fact, perhaps next episode, ? But probably not. Anyway, I've been doing well in the meantime. My college career has been going great. I've been enjoying it. How about you?
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Definitely exceeded my expectations.
Great to hear. So, with those stupid life updates out of the way, let's just get into the meat of the podcast. You can start the timer right now.
All right. Started.
I forgot to explain the rules, so let me just do it real quick. We get 15 minutes, and then at the end of the 15-minute period, the alarm goes off, and then whatever word or phrase we stopped on, or whatever plays during... Whatever words we're saying during the alarm going off, we have to switch to that topic. And then the conversation just can go wherever. We do that 4 times, makes up an hour. Perfect. Everyone wins. Anyway, resume the timer. I always talk about the deepest, hardest-hitting philosophical topics on this podcast. The kind of stuff that mankind ruminates over for millennia and, tries to get at an answer. I attempt to answer those kinds of questions. So the topic that I want to talk about this particular week to start out, strawberry milkshake Pop-Tarts. Now, if you guys weren't aware, strawberry milkshake Pop-Tarts were the greatest Pop-Tart flavor ever conceived by man. And they first came out, I think it was around 2006. And also joining them were a bunch of, other ice cream shop style flavors like vanilla milkshake or malt something or other. But strawberry milkshake was the standout one. It's the one I remember the most. And it was just so delicious, unbelievably so. Like, I can't even imagine the type of engineering it takes to make something taste this good. It is like a slice of artificially preserved, heavily processed, sugary, food incorporated heaven.
Are you gonna hate me when I say I haven't had one?
No, not at all. The light doesn't always touch everyone.
I exclusively eat the cinnamon Pop-Tarts and s'mores Pop-Tarts.
Those are good choices, but the strawberry milkshake Pop-Tarts just will blow you away. Anyway, 2006 they came out, and then they discontinued them when the promotion ended. And on Twitter, years later, I asked the Pop-Tarts official Twitter account, hey, those strawberry milkshake Pop-Tarts were pretty incredible. Are you ever going to bring those back? And they responded, you're not the only one who wants them back, so we'll get into touch with our marketing, whatever, something or other. They got in touch with some people. And I know I'm not the only one who asked for it, but I feel like I contributed because they brought them back. And as soon as I saw them in Target, I was on my way. I did a Target run for the second semester of college. I saw the strawberry milkshake Pop-Tarts. I cleaned the whole Target of them. Took every box. Every box of strawberry milkshake Pop-Tarts was mine.
That's why I can't find them anywhere or try them, because you're taking all of them.
Yeah, it's me. It's all me. But anyway, so you can enjoy them hot, microwave them for 20 seconds or put them in a toaster oven, get them nice and toasted. You can enjoy them cold. You can stick them in the fridge or even the freezer because they don't get like hard or anything like that will damage your teeth any more than an actual Pop-Tart normally does. And you can also even enjoy them room temperature if you're feeling really adventurous. So this food item can be enjoyed anywhere, at any time, at any temperature, under any pressure conditions. It is like, I don't even know, the most adaptable food item of all time, I would say.
Cliff Bars who?
Yeah, Cliff Bars who? Who cares about Cliff Bars? What's a Cliff Bar? The only cliff I want to jump off of is one that's straight into a pit of strawberry milkshake Pop-Tarts. Anyway, that was strawberry milkshake Pop-Tarts. Do you have anything to say on the matter?
How do you prefer to eat your Pop-Tarts? I just eat them straight out of the bag because I don't really... I'll toast them if it's like in the morning, but generally I'll just eat them because I don't care.
Yeah, I'll toast them if there's a toaster around. If not, I'll usually microwave them. But the strawberry milkshake Pop-Tarts...
Don't they get like soggy?
Yeah, but they're still good. It's not like you're eating a Pop-Tart.
Milkshake texture?
Yeah, I mean...
Is that what you're telling me?
See, the thing is, if you have them hot, the strawberry milkshake filling gets all runny and delicious. And if you have them cold, I stuck 2 of the boxes into the freezer, and they're also good, and they taste more like a genuine strawberry milkshake.
Frozen?
Yeah. Is that inconceivable?
I generally don't like freezing food anyway. I like things like room temperature, not toasted, not baked. Like, anything comes out of the freezer, I'm a little wary because it's probably been in there for like 5 years.
Yeah, but it's okay because, freezers just eternally preserve everything. That's kind of the whole thing. It's like cryogenic storage.
I'm still waiting on that one.
Yeah. When I was little, I thought that cryogenic storage was a real thing that rich people were doing to themselves.
Really?
Yeah.
I wish.
Yeah, that's not true.
I would get rich just for that.
Actually, that's kind of scary. Like, you just wake up and everything has changed.
Yeah, that's
like that Flaming Lips song.
Now I'm just thinking about Fallout 4.
Oh, yeah, that.
It'd be kind of exciting, though. You wake up, it's a brand new world.
And there's a post-nuclear apocalyptic world to explore.
It looks like the 60s.
Even though it's smaller than the one in Fallout 3. By like a long shot. Were you aware of that? The map in Fallout 4 is way smaller than the one in Fallout 3. Yes.
I've only played Fallout 4. It took me like 3 months to finish like the main story.
Yeah.
And then I think I have like, honestly, I didn't have that many hours on it, so I can see how I didn't finish the whole map. But comparing it to other, like, Tomb Raider 2013, I currently have like 300, like 40-something hours played on it.
Yeah.
And Fallout 4, I only had 24, and I finished the whole story. So I don't know what that says about the length of Fallout 4 or my affinity to Tomb Raider, but...
You know what, honestly, like, people go on and on about the size of the map, like, people were complaining it only takes you 20 minutes to walk across the whole thing, or whatever.
Oh, really?
That is so much time.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I play in God mode, so I can just, like, sprint and, like...
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, well... Even still, though, there's still plenty of map to explore, and making a map bigger does not take any effort if you're like a programmer or whatever. All you have to do is change a line of code to double the size. You can make it as big as you want. You can make it take 1 trillion years to walk from end to end.
That's true. It has a lot of content. I think that's more
right.
quantity.
You need to stick things into that world to make it worth exploring. And I don't understand why people were complaining that hard. Like, 10 minutes of map, that's plenty.
Yeah. I mean, if you compare that to, like, Grand Theft Auto, you can cross the whole map probably in, like, 10 or 15 minutes by car. And there's still even way less to do.
Yeah.
Like, in the game.
You're right about that. You know what? You know how before this I said I was gonna record it through my phone for like backup purposes?
Yeah.
Yeah, well now I'm watching Audacity lag out and I realized I didn't do that.
Well, you can start now. It's
Yeah,
probably
yeah,
not
it's...
lagging. We're just talking too quickly for it to appear on the computer.
Quick maths. That's exactly it. So I'm gonna, I guess, get started on that now. If something corrupts, I mean, I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yeah.
But just in case. So anyway, yeah, Fallout 4. Honestly, everyone was so hyped for that game to come out, and then it came out, and now all of a sudden, people are only talking about 3 in New Vegas that I've seen.
I started replaying Fallout 4. I think it was fun. I like games where I can create my characters and dress them up and like give them like faces. So like I like the character creation process. And then I also love in Fallout 4. I mean, I'm sure, I don't know if you can do this in Fallout 3 because I didn't play it, but like you can like romance people and build connections, and like it like carries with you throughout the whole story. Like it's cool. Interactive. It's fun.
You know the dog in Fallout 4?
Yes.
That was like an optional thing in Fallout 3. And you could actually, the dog could die, like, permanently.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Some people were mad that was taken out, but like, why do you want your dog to maybe die?
Yeah, no one wants the dog to die.
Yeah.
Those people don't deserve the game, then. They don't deserve the dog at all.
I guess so. Although you could make an argument that if you don't protect your dog, then you don't deserve to reap the benefits.
I mean, if you're playing Fallout 4 not in God mode, like, I cheat because I'm wuss, but like, if you're not playing and then you're going up against like some of those like very first like monsters, like when you start like going into the Commonwealth, they're like huge. You die like a lot of times before you like figure out how to kill them. Like, how can you protect your dog at the same time?
Yeah, the way Fallout 4 started, don't you have to, like, immediately get into a super suit?
Yeah.
And
then you have to go up against this huge, like, mutant, like, velociraptor, weird-ass, like, T-Rex thing. That was when I discovered God mode, because I was like, there's no way. Actually, I didn't kill that one in God mode. I, like, Googled, like, the walkthrough, and you have to, like, hide, like, in a diner so it can't, like, get into you, and then, like, you have to keep shooting it. But, like, the suit, like, the minigun, like, runs out of bullets before you can... It was a whole thing. It took me too long. I'm not good at video games. I just like the experience.
Fair enough. I actually... confession time, I haven't played any of the Fallout games before. I've only seen people talk about them incessantly for the last 6 years.
They're good. Highly recommend.
Yeah. They seem like a lot of fun. It's just, I don't know if I have time to sink into it anymore. Like, I'm a college-age student. I have to study. I have to further my career. My time... When you're an adult, you start to realize that your time is an asset that needs to be allocated efficiently, just like any others.
I made time for video games, and my GPA is fine. Granted, I did not take very difficult classes, but they were time-consuming, and I still made time for gaming.
Yeah, and I made time to stream those couple of times.
That's true.
So
we all make time for different things.
Right, yeah, you're right about that.
Mm-hmm. I did quite a bit of gaming at school.
Well, I mean, whatever you enjoy.
Yeah.
It's college. It's up to you.
Yeah.
That's the good part of college, you know? Even if you end up hurting yourself in the end with the decisions you make, at least the principle of them being your decisions and not your parents or your guardians or your older sisters if you're Lilo and Stitch. That principle is sort of the best aspect of college life.
That's true.
Yeah.
I liked the aspect, like, I created, like, a whole, like, routine for myself. Like, it was something that I could do every day. And, like, I wasn't dependent on other people to, like, be a part of that routine, to, like, partake in it.
Yeah, that too. Like, all your classes and your roommates' classes are going to be probably different. So if you're just relying on them to wake you up or whatever, there's going to be a day or two when you got to get up yourself.
Yeah.
And
set those alarms. I got up pretty early every day, though. It's kind of weird.
Like, naturally?
Well, I started at the end of first semester on Thursdays. I had to wake up at like 5:30 and do a winter workout for rugby. It's not like, it was just club, but we still did like some morning workouts. And then the next semester I had 4 8:30s. So Monday through Thursday I had 8:30 classes.
Goodness
But
gracious.
the gym gets really crowded in the evening, so I wanted to go early because I still wanted to go to the gym every day. So I would wake up like pretty much like 5:30, 6 o'clock like most mornings. And then my internal clock like was like, I was getting up, like I didn't set my alarm, I would wake up at like 7 every day. Now it's like going back to normal, but I kind of wish it didn't. I like
back to normal, like when you don't wake up until like 6 hours after the sun has already risen.
I mean, I'm not like that drastic, but like 10 o'clock is late for me.
Wow, impressive.
Yeah.
See, 10 o'clock is late for me. It's like slightly late for me to go to sleep, but like not even that much.
No, I couldn't deal with that. I feel like I'm wasting my day if I'm not up like before like 9 o'clock.
Yeah, but if I'm sleeping, I feel like I'm wasting my night.
I feel that. Well, okay, that's why I love being up at like 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning, because it's still night for most people, so the world is so quiet. But if I've gotten a good night's sleep the night before, then like I'm awake and like able to enjoy it without feeling like my chest is like caving in from like sleep deprivation.
Very true. Honestly, I like the feeling of getting up early. I feel like you know the saying, the early bird gets the worm?
Yeah.
I feel like I can just pick as many worms as I want. They're a common resource, so nobody can stop me.
Yeah.
The government cannot prevent the externality of...
You think the government's awake at 4 in the morning? They probably are, but we'll just pretend they're not.
Yeah, the government is operating on a 26-hour-a-day clock. Like the hidden 2 hours that only the government can access.
There's the timer.
There's the totally normal, typical alarm.
This is for you, Joan Jett.
Yeah, so I guess we're going to be talking about the gov a little bit.
Oh, this is a dangerous topic.
This is a dangerous topic, but
They could be listening right now.
They are 100%. Just kidding. Honestly, the whole, everyone has an FBI agent in their phone. That was a fun little thing. Yeah. But a lot of people, I think, genuinely believed it, which is kind of stupid.
I will admit, I don't have my camera covered on my laptop, but my desktop computer is a Mac, so it has the built-in thing. Yeah. But it's right across from my bed. So I'm not so much as worried about the government watching me, but I am worried, like, God forbid, like, because I go on random websites all the time. So, like, if I get hacked, like, I don't want someone, like, just to be able to, like, watch me sleep. So I have it covered, like, just in case. I'm not, like, actively, like, worrying about, like, being watched, like, 24/7, but...
Yeah, okay. Honestly, though, like... my laptop can be pierced by any government entity. It can be pierced by any random 12-year-old kid from some Asian country. Yeah. Like, it's on permahack, basically. It's already being hacked as I speak.
That's great.
And if someone wants to peek in through my camera and watch me sleep or watch me play a video game, like, I literally have a Twitch channel for the purposes of people watching me play a video game. I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, they're not.
You can watch me do all the normal things that I do in front of my computer. I would have to be doing something shady for me to care.
Well, I mean, as a female, I wouldn't want someone seeing me, like, getting dressed or, like,
I mean, I guess, but as a male, even if some woman that I don't want to gets a peek of me, it's not like she can do anything about it. Because once you do something about what you see, then that becomes illegal.
But you wouldn't know that they're doing something because you don't know that you're hacked. That's why you're covering the camera.
I mean...
I do actively worry about the Kinect. Like, I feel like people watch you through that.
Microsoft is, like, number one... People are talking about Facebook. Facebook's number one offender, but Microsoft's a solid number two.
Yeah.
For example, when I search things, or when I just talk, if I were to say, "Hey Cortana," my laptop, if I'm not recording something, will literally assume that I meant to And it doesn't even have to be hey Cortana.
Yeah.
It just pops up with Cortana to Google search something or Bing search, I guess.
I might have Siri on. Hey Siri.
You do.
Yeah.
Hey Siri, close.
You're certainly entitled to that opinion.
What did it think I said?
I have no idea.
Okay, great.
Thanks, Siri.
Bye, Siri. Never again. People call me the human Siri.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Did I talk about this on the podcast already? I forget.
We possibly mentioned it the last one with me and Carly.
But, yeah, that was funny. Wait. We never recorded that.
We didn't?
No, we never recorded an episode with you and Carly, actually. Remember?
Yeah.
No, she came over and we watched Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
We didn't record a podcast?
I thought we did too for a second, but no, we never did.
Oh, are you sure?
Yeah.
The government didn't hack your brain? What if we talked about something we weren't supposed to talk about and they came in and deleted it before you could post it? So you were like, oh, they didn't record a podcast.
I don't know, man. I mean, that's so unreasonable to expect the government to have the resources to keep track of everybody like that and then also do something about it at the same time.
Thinking about the NSA,
Uh-huh.
the French Foreign Legion.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I was just thinking like U.S. concerns only, but no.
This is worldwide. Facebook and Russia.
We are a global economy.
No, but Facebook is really bad. I don't really actively use Facebook, but I have heard that like apparently like if you have Messenger and like Discord downloaded, like and like you have like all of your like allowances on, like they both like somehow simultaneously track you and then like do like their target advertising. At this point, target advertising just gets me because I'm just spending my money because they're showing me the things I want to see, but
yeah, I'm not there yet. Honestly, advertisements, I've seen a billion of them. Some of them are good, some of them are bad. I cannot be advertised to. Like, I feel like it doesn't work on me. The feeling that I need to buy something that's advertised to me just never comes. Like, maybe if I was older and had a steady flow of income all the time, I would feel different. But right now, like, working part-time summer jobs, that's my only real income. And I just don't feel the motivation to buy things that are advertised to me. So in other words, advertisers, get off my back and just stop because it's not gonna work.
I like spending money. And
Okay.
what really gets me, like, it'll happen on like Instagram. Instagram's a part of Facebook, so this very well could all be targeted. But like, what really gets me is like, a few months ago, I was scrolling through Instagram and this advertisement for Guitar Center came up and they were having a flash sale.
Oh.
And I bought a guitar. That's what happened. That's what happens. I go on very minimal, like, I only go on a few websites online to shop. Like, I go on, like, Guitar Center, and then, obviously, I go on Amazon. But then I'll go, like, Zoomies, like, places like PacSun, just, like, to online shop to browse and stuff.
Yeah.
So then they know which products I'm looking at, and those are the advertisements I'll get. So it's all the stuff that I do save up all summer to buy, and then they're showing me everything, and I'm like, well, when I have money, I'm gonna buy it. And then they showed me the advertisement, and then I crack.
Yeah. And also, I act like advertising doesn't work on me, but I think the whole idea of having a name brand suddenly in your head at one point means that later subconsciously you're gonna bow to it anyway.
Mm-hmm. I 100% believe that.
Yeah, I don't know about that though. I don't shop for pleasure. I shop as a necessity. So if I need something, I will buy it, and if I don't need something, I will invest the money instead or just bank it.
I ride the instant gratification train so far. I just keep going. I don't stop.
That's like the worst. That's like the worst train you could be riding.
Yeah, for real. I mean, it's getting better, like, now that I'm in college, because I know I need to save, like, my money. Mm-hmm. I'm really broke right now. because I did end up spending all my money. But, like, it lasted the longest it's ever lasted me in my whole life. So I'd say that's progress.
Yeah, that's progress.
Yeah.
And honestly, like, spending is good for the economy.
Yeah. We don't want another recession.
Especially due to the multiplier effect. Shout outs to Mr. Kime.
Never took that class.
Did you ever have him? Or
No.
Did you meet him ever?
No, he's an enigma in my brain. I know his name, but I don't know what he looks like.
He looks like a surfer dude.
I know who he is then.
Who just never grew up.
Does he drive that, like, white, like, van with all of, like, the snowboarding stickers on it?
I think that's him.
Well, I know who he is then.
Yeah, he's the man. Shout out.
He seemed pretty cool. Although, I'm pretty sure he had, like, some, like, bleach blonde highlights, maybe some frosted tips that I wasn't a fan of.
Yeah, he does have blonde highlights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a look.
No. Honestly, the things people do with their hair, especially nowadays, like, just keep it natural as you. I'm not saying, you know, I'm trying to take away your right to do whatever you want to your hair, but just as a suggestion, keeping it natural tends to go well for people.
I'm guilty of making some poor hair dye choices.
I never knew you even dyed your hair.
I did, like, sophomore year of high school, I got an ombre. It turned out pretty, not bad, like, it didn't look bad, but it wasn't the best. In hindsight, it wasn't my fault, because I told the hairdresser what I wanted, and she didn't really do it.
Deliver.
But, you know, once it's dyed, what are you gonna do?
Dye.
Yeah, pretty much. It took, like, a year to, like, chop it all off. But, you know, it happens. I think I do want to go darker this winter, but not permanent dye. I want to go, like, a shade darker and then do, like, there's, like, demi-permanent or, like, semi-permanent. It's, like, it, like, washes out after, like, a few washes. Because I, like, growing out, like, hair color, like, takes too long. I can't do that.
Yeah. I haven't done anything to my hair ever, so I don't know about... No. You know how the wrestling team used to dye they still do. They dye their hair blonde. Not a look.
I posted on my Finsta, like, a few months ago. It was just a random picture, but the caption was, "Every time an EHT boy bleaches his hair, an angel dies." Because I hate it. So they all look so bad. No offense to anyone who does it, but, like, full offense.
Like, they have to do it, but...
It's like high school hazing.
Yeah, basically.
They like it, though.
I mean, if you're a guy, you don't really care.
Yeah, I guess.
If girls are talking to you, that's all you really
they all
want.
have...
Like, some of them have to talk to you.
They all have girlfriends when they do it.
Yeah, exactly.
But, yeah, I'm not a huge fan of that trend. I think the track team does it now, too.
Really?
Some of them, yeah.
What a disappointment.
I know.
It's spreading like
School's
a virus.
Really going downhill.
Yes, ever since we left. That's it. That's the diagnosis. Yeah, you gotta...
Almost 12 months ago.
Yeah, I need to visit there one last time.
I went... I've gone a few times.
Just
to visit media. I don't go anywhere else. I just go there.
Yeah, I want to see Kime again. I also want to see my Java teacher and my chem teacher. Everyone else that I happen to stumble across would probably be just a bonus, but it'd be cool to see. I don't care about the rest of the school. I just care about the teachers, honestly.
Yeah.
Why would you care about it?
I don't see anyone else. I haven't seen anyone else except for the media teachers. Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, that's fair.
Yeah. Not that I don't have interest in seeing anyone else, but I feel like they wouldn't remember me or it would be, like, really awkward. Yeah. Like, why
teachers
is she here?
Have to remember so many different people.
Yeah, I don't know how they do it. I feel like they don't. They just lie to you.
Yeah.
Like, oh, yeah,
they
I
just
remember
pretend.
you. Oh, what's your name? Kira? Yeah, I remember you. You were a great student.
Or remember how Sakali was like, you can remember where a student sits, but not their name.
That makes sense to me.
That makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah.
A lot of memories stored positionally. That's, I think, the same reason why sometimes you'll leave a room and then forget why you left.
Yeah. I do that all the time. I go to Google something and I immediately forget what I was going to type in. So then I just start hitting random keys on the keyboard, I guess, until I hit the right letter that, like, jogs my brain to, like, what I was going to type.
This happens to me all the time, and I was worried that it was like just me,
No,
and I was losing
I
it.
do it like every other day. Probably like more than once a day.
Yeah. I don't do the whole random typing until I figure it out thing.
I do, because it jogs my, I guess, like, if, let's say I was going to search up, like, giraffes, and I forgot, like, once I hit G, like, my brain's like, oh, got it.
Yeah, that makes sense, but
Yeah.
I don't go through the effort. I just, usually I'll switch back to whatever app I was just using, and
Yeah.
then maybe something there is
Yeah,
like...
that works, too.
Yeah. But I think Google searching has ruined us.
What do you mean?
Because now you can't even have a conversation about, like... you can't be mistaken in a conversation anymore, because somebody's gonna be like, oh, why don't we just Google it? We have these devices in our hands that can access the internet. And some of the best conversations I've ever had have been branched off of incorrect assumptions.
Okay, well, I Google everything I say, usually, to make sure it's wrong.
Yeah, I see
mean,
you
to make
Googling
sure it's right
now to...
I would, honestly, I would be Googling, like, during this so I don't say some, like, dumb stuff, but, like, we're using my phone. But I like Google. I'm an avid Google searcher. I get so annoyed when people ask me questions, and I'm like, I'm gonna Google this anyway. So you could have easily, have just Googled this.
You're outsourcing your Google searching to somebody who... Oh, man.
And then you introduced me to let me Google that for you.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I used to send
That's
that to people all the time.
Yeah.
It's so fun. It's funny.
Yeah, for those unaware, let me Google that for you, lmgtfy.com. You just type in the Google search, and then you click LMGTFY or whatever, and then you get a link that you could send to people that Googles it for them.
Mm-hmm. They click on it, and then it'll show the question being typed in, and then it'll take them to that search page.
Probably the best invention of the web.
Yeah, because it's passive-aggressive, but, like, funny enough that, like, even if you are annoyed at your friend for making you Google something, like, you can both just laugh at it.
I mean, it does it for them,
yeah.
so they can't even complain.
And you don't have to do it either.
Thing.
You don't have to find the answer or anything. You can just, like, Google it for them, and they can find the answer.
Yeah, in effect, it's the same thing as you answering the question for them. Except, you know, there's, like, one extra step that they don't even have to do anything for. So... honestly, just Google your...
Google?
Are we really going to talk about Google?
I feel like I have a lot to say about Google.
I have a lot to say about Google, too. They are very Silicon Valley, I will say, which has its pros and its
Aren't
cons.
they in Silicon Valley? Should I Google it?
Yeah, you should.
Google where, should I ask
Google
Siri?
Is headquartered?
Siri, where are the Google headquarters?
Okay, here's what I found.
Okay. Mountain View, California. So...
not quite Silicon Valley.
That's...
close enough.
Yeah. It's in Santa Clara County, near San Jose.
Okay.
So this means nothing to me.
But yeah. But anyway, what I was driving at wasn't like they were located in Silicon Valley. It's their company, like how they operate and how
they're like a startup. That's not a startup. They have millions upon millions of...
Yeah, exactly. They're one of those modern tech companies where you go to work there and it's like you're living in you get like food all the time that's good, and you can like do whatever you want at work. You play ping pong.
I was just watching Anna Kendrick when she released her memoir. Like, she did like a part of her book tour. Like, she did a Q&A at Google. Like, they just do that for fun.
Yeah, no, they're a very cool company.
Yeah.
And it works because you know, when not only when workers get to relax, they tend to perform better while they're actually working, but people will be concerned, like, what if you don't get your work done? They'll fire you is what will happen.
Yeah.
So you know, it's a very likable approach to having a workplace.
It's like if BuzzFeed didn't overwork and underpay their employees.
I mean, I don't know much about BuzzFeed's labor.
There was a whole fiasco.
Really?
Yeah. But Google, have you heard, I don't know the specifics, but I've heard that they have like this thing where like an hour a day, like their employees can like work on their own like personal project, like a work hour.
Well, that would be cool.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
And like it doesn't have to like relate to like what they're doing, but it's like their own, like kind of like a break that they can do whatever they want, but it's like built into their workday. I don't know if this is true. It might be a false thing that I haven't Googled yet, but
yeah. I'm worried about Google eventually just caving into the pressure and censoring search results. I mean, they already do some of that to some extent. But
right now it's pretty wholesome though. They just show you what's clicked on the most, and you can see which ones are being paid to be up top.
Yeah,
I don't click on those though because I always think that they're like the fake ones.
Even though they're probably the most reliable.
Yeah. But like if I Google Ancestry.com or like if I Google genealogy tests, the first ones that come up will be those yellow ones, and I don't click on those because they always
ads.
Yeah, I think
they're literally
ads,
labeled
so
ads, and usually they lead to like viruses.
Yeah, so I don't click on them, even though they're like being paid to be there.
Yeah. And usually, like, an actual reputable website will appear right under that.
Yeah. Well, the same exact website.
The same exact website. It could be literally the same.
I'd rather click on the blue one than the yellow one.
Yeah, no, you're completely right. The whole, thought that it's an advertisement.
Yeah.
It makes it less clickable.
But since they're still there, they must work, so the majority of people must click on them, right? I've never clicked on one in my life, now that I think about it.
You know what? I never thought about it that way, but you might be right. Because, like, if people all thought like us, then how would that be sustainable?
Yeah.
People wouldn't advertise to have their website first on Google with relevant queries. No, you're right. I think a lot of us have unjust assumptions about how other people use and browse the internet.
Yeah. I'm definitely more cautious than most.
I'm definitely less cautious than most. But in the right ways, you know? Yeah, like Facebook ads, I never click on them either, but evidently they have to work.
I don't click on any ads. Sometimes I'll purposefully click on YouTube ads because if it's like a movie trailer, sometimes they don't have the title of the movie, so I need to click on it to save it for later. Yeah.
That's disappointing.
I know. I run into that problem more often than I should.
You know what would be cool? If under a YouTube video it showed the like to dislike ratio of the video. They used to have that with the star ratings, but then they took away star ratings. What do you mean?
You can see how many likes and dislikes there are.
Yeah, but like not before you click on it. You have to already be viewing the video to see that. Whereas with old YouTube,
before you even click on the video?
Yeah, underneath the thumbnail it would have.
That would be helpful. YouTube, I have so many problems with YouTube, and not even just like obviously like
apocalypse.
The whole like system algorithm as a whole is like awful, but even like the creators, like I have like some like great YouTubers. I love watching their vlogs. I love just them in general. And then they'll just like have these like annoying ass thumbnails. Am I allowed to curse? They'll have these annoying thumbnails and like the titles are clickbaity. And I know the video is going to be good, but like when a title is clickbaity and the thumbnail looks boring, like I'm not going to click on it.
Or when the thumbnail looks too exciting.
Yeah.
Like you have some gamer in the corner with a shocked expression on his face.
Yeah.
You know, there's nothing that shocking in this video.
Shane Dawson just recently did a series about this with a different YouTuber, Graveyard Girl, and it was really interesting. But what I didn't know, because I watch like Shane Dawson like on and off sometimes, like I'll just be in a mood to watch him. And for a little bit, I was watching him, and then I stopped because I was getting tired. It was like the same old thing.
Yeah.
And he said, and it was exactly why I stopped watching, he noticed, because he used to do like all this different like food stuff. He would like make these flashy thumbnails in different colors. He would put all the food on the thumbnail, and he would always have like something in his mouth.
Uh-huh.
And for a while, like I would click on it. And then after a little bit, I was like, okay, this is the same exact thing. I'm tired of it. And he realized that people like stopped watching those. So he like changed up his thumbnails and like changed up like what he was doing. And like you have to do that. You have to constantly like evolve your channel and like pay attention to like what people are clicking on and what they're not clicking on.
Definitely. The best thumbnail I have is the one that was like Jake Paul gets roasted. That took me like a whole hour in GIMP to make, which is unfortunate. So if you guys could watch that and make the effort worth it, that'd be great. But the YouTubers I watch, none of them ever do anything like that, really. Because I don't watch like typical YouTubers. My favorite YouTuber right now is the Zaz Glitch, and what he does is he does explanation videos about glitches in Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow.
Well,
everyone has their thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, he doesn't really clickbait, I guess. To some extent, everybody has to, though.
Yeah, to some extent.
Depends on how you define it. Like,
But,
philosophically.
If you look at, like, Tanner Fox, I don't know if you know him. He's, a vlogger. And, like, his videos, like, are entertaining. His life is entertaining. But his titles are so clickbaity. It's like, I don't click on his videos just to spite him. You know?
Yeah.
It's like that. And it was this one video from this YouTuber that I was thinking about that I like. And, like, I didn't click on this video for, like, a whole week because it just looked clickbaity and, like, I wasn't interested. And then finally, like, after, like, the whole, like, week of it getting, like, recommended to me, I finally, like, clicked on it to watch this morning. And it was a good video. Like, I would have enjoyed it if I just clicked on it in the first place. But, like, something about it was just, like, I don't want this.
Yeah. You know what's a big instant turnoff for me? If in the first couple seconds you say you're doing a giveaway, I immediately click out.
Oh.
Because
Stay for the end.
No, not even that. They're always like and subscribe and comment, and if you do all three of these things, which I have no way of verifying that you did, somehow you'll be gifted a $50 Amazon gift card. And there's a good chance that all of those are fake, but at least most of them are. Yeah,
that's the thing. I never see anyone win giveaways, so I'm a little wary.
Yeah, you would expect, like, you'd think, oh, I have all these, 13 to 14-year-old fans who love me, and if they won one of my giveaways, they'd be eager to show it off on social media.
I mean, maybe they do, and we just don't look hard enough.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
It's a possibility.
But yeah, giveaways don't make sense to me. How is that? If you're giving away a $50 Amazon gift card every day, or assuming you do daily uploads, you have to be making at least $50 off of each video.
Yeah, I mean,
how many views is that? That's so many.
There are some YouTubers, like, I've seen more in, like, niche communities. Like, I do watch a lot of, like, skateboarding YouTubers and stuff, and that's, like, a whole, like, community on its own. But, like, let's say, like, someone hits, like, 5,000 subscribers. I was watching a snowboarding YouTuber this winter season, and he hit 20K, and he gave away a snowboard.
Oh,
like,
well,
that's cool,
that makes sense, but, yeah. If you're doing it every day, it just doesn't add up.
Yeah. Yeah, I used to see, like, a lot of, I think it's more in, like, the beauty blogger circle. They'll do a lot of giveaways, because they get a lot of brand deals, and, like, they can't keep all this stuff. Like, makeup goes bad. Yeah, and also the Fortnite YouTubers. Like, how are you going to be a YouTuber about one game? I can't. How shoehorned in can you be? Well, actually, they're starting, doesn't FaZe has a Fortnite team now. Okay, that's still, I mean, I feel like it hasn't really dawned on me just how big of a game Fortnite Everyone's playing it. Even people that don't play video games are playing it.
Yeah, I realize that, but in my mind, this doesn't have any meaning until I see something like Fortnite exclusive YouTubers actually being successful. Oh. Now that I'm seeing that, I'm like, I mean, it's too new for them to be. I mean, it's gonna die. Is it still free? Yes, it's still free. If they ever went not free, there would be so many freakouts. Well, they have to, because now, like, these people are capitalizing off of this free game. Yeah. Who's monopolizing here? Is it considered a monopoly? I mean, if everyone has a stake in the business. I mean, FaZe is. FaZe hasn't monopolized eSports, though. I mean, there are plenty of big eSports teams. Yeah. Aren't, like, computer brands making teams now? HP, Lenovo, I don't know. Probably. I saw, because I have an HP Omen, so I don't know if I, like, just got the advertisement because of HP. That. Yeah, but, like, it was on Twitter, and it was, like, build your, like, dream, like, HP Omen team. Like, it was Omen specifically, so I don't know, like, if they're, like,
I think it was for Fortnite, though.
Huh. Very interesting. It's a very risky thing to do because every single day you have allegations that somebody said some bad word that they shouldn't have while playing a video game.
Some people do say some pretty bad things, though.
Yeah, that's true. But I'm saying if you're a company looking to sponsor something...
Yeah, an athlete.
Yeah.
An esport athlete.
An esport athlete.
That's
what
a
an
life,
oxymoron.
Honestly.
Yeah. No, honestly, when I play Pokemon online against people, I sometimes get like sweaty and nervous.
I used to play,
and that's Pokemon.
I used to play Call of Duty, not like competitively, but I was actually like pretty good, and I would get like so worked up.
Yeah.
You get in like match of like gun game, and you're like literally dripping sweat by the end. Yeah, it's mentally
intense. I went to a chess tournament a couple of months ago, and like during my whole first match, it was so close, and I was on the verge of winning. But if I made one blunder, I would have lost probably. And my stomach was turning. Like I felt like I was dying. That's how intense it was. The rest of the tournament didn't go that... It was my first rodeo, right? So the rest of the tournament, I'm like, okay, now I'm used to playing in a tournament environment. So it's not that bad. But still, it gets intense. And I think people underestimate that when they try to evaluate the validity of esports or of competitive board gaming or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. A competitive Magic the Gathering. You know, you just sit on your ivory chair and look down on it, and it's like, oh, a bunch of nerds trying to play a card game for money that's based on random chance. But no, it's not like that at all. It's very serious. People take it more seriously than you could even imagine. People make their whole lives revolve around this card game. And I also feel like if it were really luck-based and bad and stupid, nobody would do that.
Yeah. Because
why are you building your life around a bad game? It doesn't make any sense to me.
Honestly, like, esport athletes, I think I would say a whole lot of skill, because I think anyone can get that good at a video game if you put the time and effort into it.
Yeah.
Because I have been at a point in my life where I was, like, pretty good at like Call of Duty. Like, and if I had put like more time into it, and like if you devote your whole life, what do they say, like 10,000 hours?
That sounds like very little to me. I don't know.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah, if you put enough practice into it, you'll get good. But
there is skill there. Like, you have to build that skill. You can't just like be good.
Well, I think in the same sense that people underestimate the intensity of esports, they also underestimate the amount of talent that it requires.
Yeah.
So you could just the alarm. Okay, so you just did exactly the same thing. You're saying if anyone puts enough time and effort into it, they could become a competitive gamer. But I don't think that's true. I think there is some inherent
skill,
natural born talent that you had to have to really make it far. Just like in NFL football. I guess so, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, maybe I don't see video games as that hard. I'm not like amazing at them, but I do have like, I would probably a higher level of hand-eye coordination. Like, I play the guitar, like I obviously had to learn that, but I didn't have like mounds and mounds of trouble like learning it. And like video games, like a controller feels natural like in my hand. Like, I guess some people don't have that, but I feel like you can work up to being that. I feel like anyone can work up to being good at a video game.
Yeah, maybe.
And if you have the time to be like amazingly good at it, like I think that's possible for anyone. But it's just the people who do take that risk and do put in that effort, which it is effort to be good at a video game. That's a lot. It takes a lot of time.
It does. Because there's always somebody who's going to be putting more time into it.
Yeah.
Unless you really go the extra mile and rethink your whole entire life.
Yeah.
Which, you know, nobody has the dedication to do that except for a select few people. You have to really love what you're doing in order to dedicate that much to it. There's so many so many things you could do in the world, and so much to explore, so many places you could go, and you're just you decide, hey, this is my passion, this is what I want to do.
Yeah.
I respect it.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of a gamble to try and make it an esport world, but
of course, just like, every second a child is born who will eventually say, Mama, I want to grow up to be an actress.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. It's such a risk. You go to Hollywood and you're not going to find any real work.
Yeah.
Probably. But I mean, if that's your passion, if acting is what you want to do, then you don't see that. All you see is your end goal.
Yeah, that's true. I was watching this, I forget what company made it, but it was like a little like mini like bio doc on this just random aspiring actress in like LA. And she was in a movie, I think with like George Clooney and like a bunch of other people like a few years ago. And then immediately after the movie came out, like, she was dropped by her agent. And, like, they asked her, like, you're not, like, she's not that successful at the moment. Like, it's been quite, like, a few years that, like, she hasn't really gotten any, like, real work. And they're like, well, why do you still do it? She's like, because it's, like, what she wants to do. And there's, like, nothing else in this world that, like, she wants more than that. And they just stick with it.
Yeah, there's nothing that could stop passion.
Yeah.
It's just not possible. There's no force greater. People say love is the greatest force in the world. Love is just applied passion when you think about it. No, passion...
That's true.
It drives everything. It's what allowed civilization to rise to this point where we're allowed to have the government surveilling everything we do.
I need some passion.
Well, I mean, shoot. I don't know what to tell you. Find something that gives you passion. This is just life advice for anyone listening. Find something that can provide you with, find a muse, in other words. Something that could drive you to become a better you. This is really cheesy. I cannot believe I'm saying this stuff, but I'm serious.
No, I think
if you find motivation, you could do incredible things.
Yeah, I think muses are really important because I like to write, and like there are like periods where I don't have a muse, and like the moment you find one, it's like your eyes just open, and it's like you do like get that passion, and like you can like just bust things out like as quickly like as you possibly can. It's really great to find a muse. I'll say this on behalf of everybody who's ever co-hosted. What were we talking about again? We'll be your muse if you would let us. I would love to be a muse. Yeah. Have you ever heard of the podcast, The Biggest Problem in the Universe? No, it sounds cool though. Yeah, it's pretty entertaining. It's just two guys arguing about which problem's bigger every week. Oh, I would love to do that. What really made it special was all the fan content that people provided. So, like, people would write songs and make fan art, and that really brought it to another level. So, yeah. I think most fan community, or, like, medias that, like, have, like, fandoms, I think they all thrive, like, heavily, like, on their fan bases. Yeah. No, you're right about that. It's what keeps anything going. Other than passion. It's sort of a shame how one of the hosts of that podcast sued the other one for $20 million. But that's a story for another time. That's so sad. Yeah, it is. And he didn't only sue him. He sued, like, everyone he was potentially associated with. Oh, really? Yeah. Jeez. Very, very sad, very interesting story. That took a dark twist. Yeah. Well, life isn't all sunshine and rainbows. Sometimes you get sued for $20 million. Yeah, and it's just you gotta truck along. Just roll with the punches. Actually, it came out recently that the case was dismissed by a New York judge. So. Well, good for the guy getting sued, I guess. With prejudice. Oh. So I guess he didn't deserve to be sued then, right? No, it was a completely bogus lawsuit. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well. Actually, people called it the lawsuit, like LOL suit. That's because funny. Of how awful it was. Yeah, if someone's making a meme out of your lawsuit, it probably wasn't that good. People make memes out of anything, though. That's true. Memes are pretty good today, like these days, though. They were getting kind of like ugh for a while, but like they're back to being good again.
Yeah, did you see that piece on like Vice or some publication that was like, stop making memes out of "This is America" because it goes against the whole message.
Yeah, okay, honestly though, I thought about that I actually agree with that a little bit, because when that video came out, all I saw on Twitter were memes about it. So I was like, oh, Childish Gambino released a new song.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to go listen to it because I just thought people were making memes about it. So I was like, okay, I guess it's a good song, just people are making memes about it. But then I was on the React channel and they reacted to it, and I started watching it, and like I like was learning about like all the history like behind the video, all like the meanings in it, like the way he was dancing is specifically relating to like the way like Black people were portrayed during like the Jim Crow era.
Yeah.
And so the fact that people are making memes about it, where people like me, like I don't listen to Childish Gambino, like, so I wouldn't have watched it in the first place. Even more so, like, I wasn't inclined to watch it because I just saw memes about it. Like, I saw no one talk about like how important the video actually was, which I think is a little bit of a problem.
I don't know about that one. On the one hand, you're right that, it might discourage people from watching it because, it can't be that big of a deal if people are making memes out of it. But I think that rests all on a faulty premise that you can't make memes out of serious things.
Yeah.
Remember 9/11 memes a couple years ago were pretty big?
Mm-hmm.
Also, the idea that it directly conflicts with the message of the video, I think that's also mistaken. The Childish Gambino, Donald Glover, whatever you want to call him.
Yeah.
I believe that his whole point was about how mainstream media tends to distract us from all the chaotic goings-on that the freedom of America provides. And
people are proving him right by turning his video into a meme.
No. I think he was mainly targeting the mainstream media, and memes are already a form of rebellion against that type of entertainment. A lot of memes are very critical of the very things that they are, of the very source material upon which they are based.
That's correct. I think just like in just taking out like all like outlying factors, like just like in like total relevancy to his specific video, I think like taking the meaning out of it and like making a meme about it, they're not like rebelling against anything, because there's not really anything to rebel against his message unless like you're conservative or you don't like the liberal message he was trying to portray. I think they're just completely like stripping it of its original meaning. Like, I had no idea people thought it was a funny like Childish Gambino video. That's what I thought it was, and then I watched it, I was like, oh, this is like real.
Yeah.
But you are right, like memes are there, like it's a form of rebellion. I just think like when you're putting it side by side with this specific video in this specific circumstance, I think it's a little problematic to make a meme out of it and not actually discuss like the truthful content like within the video.
Yeah, sort of. I'm half on your side, but I also think that if you're making a meme out of something, you're not looking to seriously discuss anything.
That's true.
Yeah, and if you're looking for serious discussion about something from a page that is known for posting memes all the time that are generally comedic in nature, you're maybe looking in all the wrong spots for your I guess entertainment. Review, how would you describe this? Like reviews of
critiques?
Entertainment. Yeah, critiques. You're not looking at a meme page for serious critique.
Oh yeah, I'm just going off. I only saw stuff like the recommended for you on Twitter. Like I just saw like random people's memes, like just like actual people. So like I'm just saying like I didn't see anything like real about the video until I watched the React channel.
I feel like a bunch of people were writing about it at the time, and if you had if you really were interested in hearing about it, you would have already been on those websites and reading those headlines.
I'm not in that
maybe.
like music genre circle, so I don't really know, but
yeah.
it just did strike me as odd that, like, I only saw memes about it and didn't see anything serious about it until I watched that video on YouTube.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just the people I associate with on Twitter, but I got a lot of discussion about it.
Yeah.
A lot of criticism of it, too. But
I thought it was pretty impactful.
Yeah, overall, I think it did.
When you break down, like, everything that happened, each little thing in the video, I mean, because it was a little shocking to, like, see the things that he did, but that was on purpose.
Yeah.
And then, like, if you, like, read about, like, what everything actually stood for, and, like, each thing that you might have missed in the background when you go and watch it, like, a second time, a third time.
Yeah, there was a lot going on with that music video, I think.
It's great commentary.
I've heard people agree and disagree with that, so I'm just gonna leave it at that. I don't have any sort of educated opinion about the issues he's discussing. I just make podcasts that get 15 views for a hobby.
As a guest, this is my personal opinion, I thought it was effective commentary. Whether it's right, factually, morally, whatever, I guess that's up to every viewer.
Yeah, I think he did a good job of communicating his idea.
Yeah.
And we're not evaluating the idea, we're evaluating how he went about delivering it.
Yes, his delivery was very powerful.
Yeah.
I think.
Definitely. I mean, it definitely reached a lot of people.
Yeah.
Everyone was buzzing about this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What else? Childish Gambino. Is he still Childish Gambino, or did he change his name officially to Donald Glover?
Honestly, I don't know, because for whatever reason, like, I thought they were two different. I didn't even know that, like, Childish Gambino was Donald Glover until probably, like, a few months ago when he was on SNL, and it was, like, Donald Glover, Childish Gambino performing. I'm like, oh, he's the same person. But good for him, though. He's making moves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Redbone was the jam.
Yeah, I didn't even realize that was him. I just know people were making memes out of that, too. Maybe it's just Donald Glover. People like to make memes out of him.
People like to make memes out of everything.
No matter what he releases, it's going to be a meme.
Nothing is sacred.
Mm-mm.
And I think that's okay.
Memes are good for the soul.
Arguably.
I like making memes out of things.
Yeah. I've had my fair share of creations.
Yeah, me too.
Some of them have flopped, like the one where it was two hamsters fighting.
Uh-huh.
And I replaced the caption "two hamsters fighting" with slightly changed lyrics from a Flaming Lips song. I've mentioned the Flaming Lips twice this episode.
Yeah, you have.
I like them. I think they're a great band. They're very cheesy, but I still dig the music. The compositional value of the work.
Yeah.
Their lyrics are cheesy. The music itself is not cheesy. It is, I don't know, catchy, I guess.
Catchy music is the best music.
Yeah, really, when I'm listening to a song, why do I care about anything else other than how catchy is this, and does this sound pleasing to my ear?
Like this song, it's pretty catchy.
Yeah, and the Runaways.
Yep.
I first saw this movie when I was way too young to be watching it. Do you know that movie about the Runaways?
I actually haven't seen it.
I think it's pretty entertaining. I don't remember much of it.
Mm-hmm.
All I remember is being exposed to ideas that I had never thought about before in my life.
I can only imagine.
Yeah. And their manager was a real, I don't know how to describe him. Anyway, that was the final alarm, final topic for the week.
Yeah.
And I guess I should wrap up this podcast. So, would you like to say anything else? Maybe if you were thinking about something while I was talking and you didn't get a chance to interject, or any corrections you would like to make?
No, I think I said everything.
Oh, here's something I was thinking about. I just remembered. With regards to the advertising thing.
Yeah.
have you seen posts about this this wine type alcoholic beverage with like fruity?
I have been following this closely because I am very curious. I started like seeing all the tweets about it. I would read like every single thread that came up on Twitter. And I have like another friend who's like really interested in it too. So like she'll like send like anytime like she sees a thread, like she'll send it, like basically just looking for all the proof to like see if this works. She's been actively looking for it in like supermarkets. She hasn't found it yet, which is another story in itself. But I have seen someone from EHT. They got it. Yeah, they got it.
I think probably the same person.
Yeah, they tweeted about it on Twitter.
Oh, well, maybe a different person
okay.
then.
Yeah,
okay.
They tweeted about it on Twitter. And they're kind of a heavyweight, they said. So, like, they said, like, one bottle. I think it was the smaller bottles. They said, like, one bottle, like, definitely, like, got them, like, a little drunk, but not, like, blackout after, like, one sip, like everyone was saying. So I think it probably just depends on your tolerance. If you look at the bottle, it's 13% alcohol, so that's pretty much, like, a whole bottle of champagne, a little more.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I've never drunk before, so I'm not qualified to talk about alcohol. What I was focusing more on was the fact that all of a sudden people are buzzing about this drink, and other people just believe it's a viral marketing campaign and that it's being talked up incessantly by people who don't really feel that way about it.
I haven't heard this conspiracy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So you think they're just getting people to buy it and talk about it as if it's real? I think these people are being 100% serious.
I think maybe, like, you know, the flat earther effect, where some people fake being flat earthers and then ropes a bunch of gullible people into actually being flat earthers.
Yeah.
Okay, I think something like that is happening, where
the placebo effect.
You had a viral marketing campaign that went really well, and then people went out and bought this, and then placebo kicks in, and all of a sudden they're also talking about how great this beverage is.
Okay, where did this alleged viral marketing campaign begin?
From the company headquarters? I don't know.
But,
what do
like,
you mean?
real people tweeted about it, and that's how it went viral.
Yeah, okay, so if you know, Bud Light hits up my DMs and is like, hey, can you tweet well about Bud Light?
No, Twitter would not keep this under wraps. I would never trust, like, especially the side of Twitter that's tweeting about these drinks. Like, they're not the type of people who would keep these, I mean, unless they signed, like, a non-disclosure agreement, I guess. Yeah. But, like, is some random person in, like, Illinois gonna get, like, a non-disclosure agreement from, like, whatever company, like, makes this sangria, like, gonna mail it back? Like, don't talk about... Oh,
yeah, it's sangria. That's the word I was looking for. But I don't think it's so much that people don't like it. I think it's just, like, the buzz that's been generated around it all of a sudden isn't organic in nature. Yeah. I think there's some contributing factor on behalf of the company's marketing department.
Well, I have my friend on standby trying to get this drink, so she's going to get to the bottom of it for me. Okay. She's Googling it for me, metaphorically. Bottle, or... I mean, maybe, probably. You have to do the whole thing right to see. Some people say they get blacked out after one cup, which I find that hard to believe, but I don't know.
But anyway, viral marketing schemes are the way of the future, because nobody suspects that it's a viral marketing scheme. They just think, oh, some people are talking about this all of a sudden. Mm-hmm. What if Laurel and Yanny was just a viral marketing scheme?
I did see stuff about that, actually.
Really? Like, what could it possibly be marketing?
I don't know, like, whatever company. On the record, I would like to state that I heard Yanny.
Okay. I hear both now, but the first time I heard Yanny, and then a couple times I heard Laurel only.
I've listened through multiple mediums. Like, I've listened, like, through, like, Ellen DeGeneres playing it, like, on her speakers through my computer. Like, I still hear Yanny, so I don't know. I heard it when they,
pitched it
down. When they pitched it,
Or pitched it up, I guess. Yeah. The Green Needle one was crazier.
That one got me. Because then I listened specifically. Did you see that comment that was like brain needle?
Yeah.
I listened for that too. That one was...
I can only get Brainstorm and Green Needle. I can't get anything else.
Oh, you can do it. So you can listen to it specifically so you hear Brain Needle.
Yeah, I tried. I couldn't.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I got
didn't
it.
Work. I just kept getting Green Needle. But
I guess I have good ears then, right? Is that what Yanny means? Do I have good ears or bad ears?
it means, I don't know. And everyone's coming out with these articles like, here's the scientific explanation about Laurel versus Yanny.
Them.
It's not the scientific explanation, it's the explanation. What do you mean?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
It's science.
It's real. It's reality. But anyway, this is going way over. Mm-hmm. So I've been Jake.
And I've been Kira.
Hypothetically, if the government isn't lying to me.
I could be a synth.
What the hell is
this?
That's
a Fallout 4 reference.
Okay. This show has been called What Were We Talking About Again? And if you have any suggestions for guests or some improvements we could maybe make, or a starting topic that you'd like me to talk about, please let me know in the comments. Or you could tweet it at me at Jake_Siri. I gave up on the show's Twitter account. It had like one follower. Well, and guess who it was?
You?
Yeah.
You tried.
Yeah, I tried. Once this gets bigger, I might get back into having the show have its Twitter account. But until then, I'll keep trying to grow and stay awesome, listeners.
See ya.
Adios. Au revoir. That's not how you say that, is it? Au revoir.
I never take au revoir.
Au revoir.
Au revoir. That's how it's spelled. Goodbye.
Theirs is to win.